Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Rijal Abdillah. Today I will explain a few things about food security. Food security is defined by the United Nations Committee on World Food Security, means that all people at all times have physical, social, and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets their food preferences and dietary needs for an active and healthy life. Why is food security important? Access to safe, nutritious, and sufficient food is a basic need and should be treated as a human right, with priority given to the most vulnerable. Apart from basic nutrition, food security is linked to economic stability, long term health, women's empowerment, and the environment. There are four important components of food security: food availability, food access, food utilization, and food stability. Food availability refers to the physical existence of food. On national level, food availability is a combination of domestic food production, commercial food imports and exports, food aid, and domestic food stocks. On household level, food could be from own production or bought from the local markets. Regarding food production, water resources are required to produce the crops. Due to population growth and climate change, the pressure on existing natural resources, namely land and water, increase. Impacts of climate change are often leading to land degradation, lack of irrigation water, reduced soil moisture, and therefore losses of economic livelihoods. Together with an increase in conflicts over usage of water resources, this may be a threat for long term food security. Food access is ensured when all households have enough resources to obtain food in sufficient quantity, quality, and diversity for a nutritious diet. This depends mainly on the amount of household resources and on prices. In addition, accessibility is also a question of the physical, social, and policy environment. Drastic changes in this component may seriously disrupt production strategies and threaten food access of affected households. As an example, developing countries may be affected by severe droughts or floods more and more frequently. Accordingly, the harvest volume shrinks and the prices for food increase, affecting on the availability and accessibility of food for households. To prevent such negative developments, different technical adaptation measures exist. The construction of infrastructure, such as small dams and reservoirs of water spreading weirs to hold back water and raise the shallow groundwater tables, is one of them. Dikes and improved drainage systems for floods are other ones. In addition, the preservation and rehabilitation of ecosystems, flood sensitive planning or early warning systems, and emergency plans further enhance the capabilities to deal with extreme weather events and to preserve the physical environment. Food utilization describes the socio-economic aspects of household food and nutrition security, determined by knowledge and habits. Assuming that nutritious food is available and accessible, the household has to decide what food to purchase and how to prepare it, as well as how to consume and allocate it within the household. Food stability describes the temporal dimension of food and nutrition security, respectively, the time frame over which food and nutrition security is being considered. Stability is given when the supply on the household level remains constant during the year and in the long term. That includes food income and economic resources. Furthermore, it is important to minimize external risks such as natural disasters and climate change, price volatility, conflicts, or epidemics through activities and implementations, improving the resilience of households. Such measures include insurances against drought and crop failure, as well as the protection of the environment and the sustainable use of natural resources like land, soil, and water. In addition, there are several aspects that can affect the operation of food security, like the economy, technology, law, social and culture, environment, and etc. One economic aspect of food security is community income. Community income is the amount of income received by the community for their work performance during a certain period, whether daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. Regarding the people's purchasing ability for available food, it has an effect on access to nutritious food products. Science and technology, it leads to the fulfillment of human needs. Not only that, science and technology can also be interpreted as anything related to technology, both to the latest technological discoveries or development in the technology itself. The benefits obtained from studying science and technology are numerous. Food production has become much easier as technology advances. The function of the existence of law is to guarantee justice and provide protection for human interests. Food procurement in Indonesia is based on food sovereignty, food independence, and food security. In an effort to strengthen food security, the government regulates it by legislation. These laws and regulations serve as a regulatory framework for state institutions in carrying out their duties to realize national food security. In some areas in Indonesia, people consume various types of food other than rice, including sago in Papua and Maluku, corn in East Nusa Tenggara, and cassava in parts of Lampung, West Java, and East Java. The selection of the type of food consumed is carried out based on the customs prevailing in a particular area. This shows that several regions in Indonesia have implemented food diversification, and diversification is one of the most important things in creating food security because it can reduce dependence on one type of staple food. Moreover, public access to the fulfillment of food needs is one of the things that must be fulfilled so that food security can be achieved. There must be factors that support it, namely the existence of access roads, bridges, ports, sea highways, or airports so that food can be distributed evenly. If all of these are met, food distribution can be carried out evenly throughout Indonesia, and food prices in remote areas can be the same as in other big cities. One of the challenges for food security is natural disasters. Natural disasters are one of the environmental aspects that affect food security. The impact caused by natural disasters can directly or indirectly affect food security. Direct damage to the agricultural sectors usually includes damage to critical agricultural infrastructure and assets, such as food crops, agricultural equipment, irrigation systems, cattle pens, veterinary services, fishing vessels and equipment, ports, aquaculture equipment, post-production infrastructure such as storage facilities and transportation. The agricultural sector as the main food provider cannot meet the food needs of the community because of these natural disasters, thus causing food security to be disrupted. Well, that's all that I can explain. Hope you understand. Thank you for listening and see you again.